Hey guys, Cameron is his name, and today, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D is the game. It has been a couple of weeks since my Let's Play of Super Mario Sunshine, and I am incredibly excited to show you guys this game and to start this Let's Play today. Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games on the Nintendo 64, if not my favorite, and depending on the day, my favorite Zelda game. I go back and forth in that last bit a lot. But anyways, if this is your first time watching me, which there's a good chance because not a whole lot of people have covered the 3D version of Majora's Mask, I welcome you to my channel. I make Let's Plays here. I love what I do. I've been doing it for a little while. If you have watched me before and you're coming back, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to show you guys this game. Majora's Mask is a Zelda game like no other. It's very differently structured than any other Zelda game. And it's very insightful, to say the least. We're gonna get to that later, but Majora's Mask is really different, just to sum everything up. And I released a couple of hints recently about what my next Let's Play was gonna be. The first one was that a lot of people think this game is a metaphor, and a lot of people think this game is a metaphor for the stages of grief. Which I'll put some information about that in the description below. The second hint was that sometimes history repeats itself. What I meant by that is, if you've been on my channel for a little while, you know that I Let's Play Majora's Mask ages ago. And I did it right after a Let's Play of Super Mario Sunshine. Both of those past Let's Plays have been taken down, and I'm doing yet again Majora's Mask right after Sunshine like I originally did. So, and history repeats itself 3 times, because repeating things or doing something 3 times, or repeating something that is done 3 times, is a big thing in this game, and we'll get into that later. But for now, I think it's time that we get things started. In my next Let's Play, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Without further ado, let's get started. This is a little practice file I had, ignore that. We're gonna go ahead and create a new one. I'm gonna leave the name as Link, just for the sake of the walkthrough, and I normally just leave it as Link because he's a character, I'm not gonna change his name. I am okay with that. Save completed. And I do not have a new Nintendo 3DS. I want one so bad, but this is just a regular 3DS, so I will not be using the Circle Pad Pro. So, don't use. Now let's get started.
In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that had made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends.
Hehe, you two fairies did great. I wonder if he has anything good on him. Huh? This guy? Well, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, what a pretty ocarina. Hey, Skull Kid, let me touch it. I want to see. You can't, Tail. What would we do if you dropped it and broke it? No way, you can't touch it. Aw, but sis, why can't I try it out too? And on that note, we finally gained control of Link after having Epona stolen from us and our ocarina that we value very, very dearly. Off the bat, you can move with your analog stick, press B to slash with your sword. It gets a little more complicated when you point the joystick in the direction you're moving as to what direction you slash the sword in. But there's some rupees right off the bat. I recommend you go ahead and just get at least 5, and you'll see what I mean later. But for now, we need to chase after that guy who we don't know his name is, who I nearly said. We need to chase after him because he stole Epona and our ocarina. Mostly the ocarina, because that's more important than the Epona, I guess. You may already know this, but here's a quick review of the basic controls. Move with the analog stick, swing your sword with B, and if there's a platform, move to climb up. And if you tilt the analog stick while you run, or while you move, you will jump. And Link will do some amazing acrobatics right here, and I love it so much how he does this. It's so cool. That last, like flip at the very end was really neat. What's that stupid horse of yours? Doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. There's no point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Hee hee. Oh, boo-hoo, why the sad face? I just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come now, do you really think you can beat me as I am now? Fool! Hehe, now that's a good look for you. You'll stay here looking like that forever. Sis. Whoa, Skull Kid, wait for me, I'm still here. Tail, you can't leave without me. You. If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have gotten separated from my brother. Well, don't just sit there, deku boy, do something. Why are you looking at me like that? What, is there something stuck in my face? Will you stop staring and just open that door for me? Please, come on, a helpless little girl is asking you. So hurry up. Oh, Tail, I wonder if that child will be alright on his own. You weren't acting so helpless when you were bonking us in the face and keeping us from chasing after him, if I must say so myself. So yeah, we are in the form of a deku, a race in The Legend of Zelda. More to be explained later, but for now, we're stuck like this. We can't go back to our regular form as a Kakiri, so let's go ahead and open the door like this person wanted us to do, whose name I think we technically haven't learned yet. Hey, wait for me! Don't leave me behind! So, that stuff back there. I, apologize, so take me with you. You wanna know about that skull kid who just ran off, right? Well, I just so happen to have an idea of where he might be going. Okay, you jump ships very quickly. I don't know if I want you as my ally. Take me with you and I'll help you out. Deal? Like I have a choice. Please? You already know what the answer is. I don't get a choice in these games. Good, so then it's settled. Now then, I'll be your partner. Or at least until we catch that skull kid. My name's Tattle, so it's nice to meet you or whatever. Now that we've got all that straightened out, can we stop messing around and get moving? If I figure something out, press R on the D-pad and I'll tell it to you. Hopefully you'll manage to get by without my help until then. I love how Link just looks at the camera, he's like, oi, why do I have to deal with this? And right off the bat, Tattle's already talking to us. What is it? Hey, if I call you, press right on the D-pad right away. I can't tell if you're very used to your deku scrub body yet. Alright, listen up. If you press and hold A as a deku scrub while standing on a deku flower, you can dive into it. Okay, yeah, I'm done with these dialogue. No, not dialogue. No, I remember. Yes, I got all of that. Thank you very much. I'm completely sure. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna read every single tutorial that's in this game because that would get very annoying very quickly, and that's what I've done so far. I apologize. But yeah, Sato was telling us if you press A to dive into a deku flower, you'll be able to shoot up into it. And then we have these nice little flowers that we can use as kind of like helicopter propeller. Not, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like, yeah, those things. It makes us fly. It's very cool. Very cool indeed. And we're gonna use it to navigate around here. We're first gonna move up. Wait, actually, I don't believe so. Wait, yeah, we're gonna move up over here first. I'm being really dumb. Because if you look in the corner right up here, there's gonna be a treasure chest for us. Now, if you look at the bottom screen, which I currently have visible, it says no map. Maps will go there eventually once you get maps to areas. And a lot of other information is on the bottom screen as well. You've got a deku nut. Press B while flying to drop a deku bomb. Upon impact, it makes a blinding flash, freezing enemies in their tracks. Do you know how to use items? It's pretty important. Tap right-leaning boy. That's what I'm going to call that icon. On the lower screen to bring up the select item screen. Blah, 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 blah. You can assign it to the buttons which are on the right of the bottom screen. Very useful. Thank you very much, Tattle. Which I guess that's a little bit important if you've played the Nintendo 64 version of this game and then you're playing the 3DS version of this game for the first time. I mean, the controls are greatly different because we're kind of playing on two totally different platforms. But on the bottom screen, you're going to find information like rubies. You're going to be able to get to our items, our gears. There's a button for something called Mask. This game's called Majora's Mask, so that kind of makes sense. And, yeah, so I didn't want that not to be visible during this Let's Play. I know the top screen is where most of everything goes on. It's the most important thing that you guys need to see. So I tried to make the bottom screen rather small, but I didn't want it to be so tiny that it just looked awful. So I'm hoping you guys like the proportion that I went with the sizes of the screen. So right over here, this looks really weird. Let's go ahead and get a closer look, which I need to turn off gyro very soon because that's kind of annoying to me. Looks really sad. It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of reminds me of this tree. It looks so dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying at any second now. How sad. This right here is a sign of things to come. This is not your typical Zelda game at all. But we'll get into why later. But for now, let's go forward. And that area has been sealed off for the rest of the game. We can no longer return to the Lost Woods or that little area that we were in. We're basically done, and we're here in some sort of thing. I don't have a good word for it without spoiling what it is, because like honestly, if I just saw this, I don't know what it'd be. But the music is really somber. I'm gonna be quiet for a moment so you guys can listen to it. Yeah, you get it. We'll have more opportunities to listen to it later, but I guess let's go through this door right up here? You met with a terrible fate, haven't you? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at loss, and now I found you. Now, don't think me rude, but I've been following you. For I know a way to return you to your former self. If you can get back that precious item that was stolen from you, I will return you to normal. In exchange, all I ask is that you also get back my precious mask that imp stole from me. What? Isn't that a simple task? Why, for someone like you, it should by no means be a difficult task. Except, the one thing is, I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you are young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Oh, and one more thing. Please be so kind as to direct your gaze over there for a moment. That strange stone over there, do you see it? It's called a Sheikah stone. When the world has weighed you down with worry, crawl inside and let it show you the way. If you ever find yourself lost on your grand adventure, seek the counsel of the wise old stone. It will surely help you on your noble quest. Well then, I am counting on you. Talk about the demanding 3 days to get that mask. Well, getting a closer look at this guy, he is really creepy. He's really creepy. If you decide to go back and look on his back, you're gonna see a lot of different masks, which you wonder what these masks do. But there's one that looks just like Mario right there. Without a doubt, that is Mario. That being said, we're not gonna worry about the stone quite yet. Well, actually, there's a bit of a funny dialogue if you try to go in. Hi there, I'm a Sheikah stone. Too soon, kid, way too soon. Your journey's barely even started. Go on, get out of here, scoot. Go have some big adventure. If you get stumped, come see me. I'll be happy to help. Alright, well, thank you, very kind stone. Let's go ahead and head through the doors into one of my favorite places in all of Zeria. One of my places in all of Zelda. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Dawn of the First Day. 72 hours remain. That's not what I was trying to welcome you to. I welcome you to Clock Town. One of the most lively places in all of Zelda. I cannot say enough how much I love this place. He gives me the creeps. That masked salesman was the... Sorry, just thinking out loud. But 3 days? Even if we never sleep, that still leaves us with a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. Well, don't just stand there. We're gonna go see the Great Fairy. Look, you wanna find that Skull Kid, don't you? The Great Fairy will know where he's up. Will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. That's kind of creepy. Knows between you and me, that Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy. I'm pretty sure the Great Fairy lives in a shrine somewhere here in town. Where? Well, somewhere. Don't press me for details. I don't come to this town very often. You could try talking to one of those kids who hang around town. One of them might know where the shrine is. Okay, that's a really good idea. So yeah, here is South Clock Town. We have this very, very angry schnauzer who just doesn't like us, and he's gonna try to tackle you every time he sees you. He won't deal you any damage, but still, it's just really annoying. There are some kids that are running around town, and when you talk to them, one of them will give you a hint as to where you should go. But we're just gonna go ahead and head there right off the bat because I know where that is. We're gonna do a 180, and we're gonna go the opposite direction. But right over here, save your progress up to this point? Sure thing. Saving. Alright. And in this version of the game, you got to press the home button if you want to go ahead and like delete, or not delete, if you want to go ahead and close the software down. What is the title? Hey, aren't you gonna go see the Great Fairies? Okay, goodness, I'm just saving my game. Give me some time. She'll keep you on track really well. Which if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a clock. In the original Majora's Mask, you didn't get to see the time displayed 24/7 like we do right here. This is definitely a very welcome change. And there's a lot of differences in the versions of the 3DS version and the original Nintendo 64 version. I'll try to go over those when they come up. I might not go over them immediately as they come up because I might kind of forget that that's a difference, but I'll definitely address it eventually. This is one of the first kids. What do you want, Shrimp? I'm busy practicing with my blowgun. If you can't pop that balloon, then don't mess with Jim. Go on now, scram! What does that rascal think he is? He thinks he's so smart. Whatever, let's not waste our time with this jokester. We need to visit the Great Fairy as quickly as possible. I know she lives somewhere nearby. So that right there is a hint. If you look up, he's trying to pop this balloon, which... that's an interesting symbol on it. If you look very close to the center, that looks like the mask that we keep seeing. Majora's mask. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk to this guy right here, because he's really interesting. What's this, green clothes, white fairy? Sir, could you by chance be a forest fairy? Oh my name is Tingle. I think I'm the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, I am already age 35. No fairy has come to me yet. My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky. You're so lucky to have a fairy. I know. We should be friends. Yes, in exchange, I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of my friendship. Will you buy one of Tingle's maps? Sure thing. Clocktown is where we are currently. It's only 5 rupees, so that's why I said pick up a few rupees earlier. Yippee! You got the map of Clocktown, and now on the bottom screen, or the top right screen, I guess, where you guys are reviewing, you can see the map and you can see where I am. So that's going to be useful for walkthrough purposes. Alright, red arrow is where we are, yada yada yada, or where we entered, excuse me. Oh, Tingle nearly forgot. Good sir, do you know how to use my maps? Tap on the lower screen to zoom in and out. Press that button to view the map screen. There's a lot more, so be sure to check it out. We'll call again, Tingle, Kululimpa. These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them. This is Tingle's introduction. I know Tingle best from Wind Waker because that was like my childhood game. But this is where he makes his debut. And I gotta say, he looks a lot creepier in this version than he did in Wind Waker. I think I prefer the Wind Waker Tingle, hands down. If you did not get rupees earlier, don't fret. There's more opportunities. Come right over here and just run into this grass, press A to spin, and you'll be able to break the grass and get rupees. You can get at least 5 rupees right there to go ahead and get that map. But I definitely recommend grabbing it now because it'll be useful in the time to come. Actually, very soon for that matter. But let's not delay any further before Tattle starts yelling at us. Let's go ahead and go see the Great Fairy, who is in her current state, not so great. Oh no, the Great Fairy! Yeah, this is not what I was visualizing. What happened? Young one, please hear my plea. Please hear my plea. I've been broken and shattered to pieces by the masked Skull Kid. Please find the one stray fairy lost in town and bring her to this fairy's fountain. Okay, so Skull Kid is the guy that we've been dealing with. Now, the first time I played this game, I thought the game was like getting glitched right there. Like, every time I thought that the game was just freezing, and I was like, oh my god, my Nintendo 64 is gonna crash. No, you're actually being healed during that moment. But, that being said, where are we? Actually, we have time to get some more stuff done. Let's go ahead and figure out where that stray fairy is. Maybe this guy right down here knows. What do you want, Shrimp? I'm busy practicing my blowgun. If you can't pop that balloon, then don't mess with Jim now. Go on now, scram. Okay, same dialogue as earlier, but, he's actually not gonna tell us any information, excuse me. We need to go find someone else who's gonna tell us some more information. But now that we have the map of Clocktown and now that we're here, let's take some time to explore. Right here, North Clocktown. If you look right up there, you're gonna see a piece of heart, which we can't grab right now, but we'll be able to grab it later. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of it. I welcome you to South Clocktown, which I honestly wish was named Central Clocktown, because if you look at the map, it really is in the center. It kind of makes more sense to me to be called Central Clocktown, but oh well. Clocktown Bank. Okay, I wanted to talk to the person, not the sign. Thank you. Hey there, little guy. Why don't you deposit some rupees? Nowadays, even if people don't have money, they don't deposit. Even if people have money, they don't deposit any. Nothing. So for a limited time, I'll give you a special gift based on how much you deposit. For example, if you deposit 200 rupees, you'll get a Primo wallet that holds a lot of rupees. So what it'll be. Let's deposit some rupees. All right. So how many rupees would you like to deposit? I already have 21? And I've already spent 5. How did I get that many rupees? I guess slashing the grass at the beginning of the game? Okay. Sure, let's deposit 21 rupees. Seriously? That's a lot. So little guy, what's your name? Link, is it? Got it. I won't forget your deposits. Let me stamp you with my special ink. Hey, relax. It doesn't leave any marks, and it's not gonna hurt. There. Now I'll know who you are when I see you. Or now I'll know you when I see you. Alright, little guy. Now I've got a total of 21 rupees from you. Come back and deposit some after you save a bunch. Okay, good to know. That ought to be really useful later, but he does a lot of like, really weird movements, and you can't really quite ever see his eyes. He's quite the character, and we're gonna meet a lot of amazing characters in this game. Like, I'm so excited. Anyways, so now that we've checked out South Clock Town, let's go ahead and move on to West Clock Town. Tattle, I'm ignoring you. I know I need to go find the Stray Fairy. I'm doing that. I'm trying to show the people, the amazing people who are watching my video right now, Clock Town. And this is West Clock Town. Oh, by the way, big difference that I did not mention when we were talking to the banker just a moment ago. The banker is not, in the original version of this game, was not located in that spot. It has been moved from West Clock Town. It was originally somewhere about right over here is where you'd find the banker, but it makes more sense for it to be in South Clock Town because that's more of the central hub. It's where we'll spend more time in. We're not gonna spend a whole lot of time in West Clock Town per se. Hey kid, have any tips for me? What do you want? We bombers aren't looking for any non-human members. Also, another thing that's in this game, racism. Blatant racism is everywhere in this game, but we'll see that. It actually gets really funny. I mean, not that racism is funny, but not in a practical sense, but in the way that characters act in this game, being that this is it's a fantasy game, or not a fantasy game, it's fiction. It's kind of funny and interesting. The Great Fairy, I think I saw a little lost-looking fairy that was floating around by the laundry pool. You can get to the laundry pool from the south side of town. If you go there during the day, the fairy should be there. Thank you, little guy. You are extremely helpful. That's literally the information that we needed. So talk to him. He'll give you the tip that you need. But this is West Clock Town. There's going to be a lot to do. Well, there are a lot of things to do, and there's some other things to do at different times of the day and late at night. So yeah, we got another kid right over here. We can go ahead and talk to him. What's up? Did you need something from the bombers? Huh? The Great Fairy? I think I overheard someone in the east side of Clock Town talking about fairies. Apparently if you go to the square in East Clock Town at night, you can see one. They say it's too high up to reach though. So there you go. If you talk to those two in West Clock Town, they will tell you where the Stray Fairy is. During the daytime in the laundry pool, during the nighttime in East Clock Town. Speaking of East Clock Town, I think we should go ahead and visit it. Which we're obviously gonna go to the east. This game, the Clock Town itself and also the areas that we're gonna be going to are based off of compass directions. I love East Clock Town. It's just so lively, this entire game is, and we're gonna get more into why it's so lively later. Like, right now, the clock in the bottom looks just like it's just a regular clock, but no, it has more of a meaning. Let's go ahead and talk to these guys. My, funny things are happening in town, aren't they? Funny. You're telling me? Like the rumor about the swamp to the south? Did you hear about the kidnapping? Oh my, the kidnapping? Yep, but then the kid woke up. Get it? Kidnapping? Woo, I got a million of them. Ooh. Dude, I love these guys so much. I love bad puns, and they did that one so well. And the balls they're juggling will just kind of float in the air, and what is that? This moon right up here kind of has a lot of importance in this game, which, by the way, I'm hoping I'm not like giving it my motion sickness with the gyro controls. I'm gonna turn that off at the end of this video, I promise, but that's definitely a thing, an angry-looking thing in the sky looking down at us. That is a moon. That's another difference in this game. The moon in Majora's Mask 3D looks a lot different than the original moon and the Nintendo 64 version, because they were able to update the graphics, I suppose is why, but it looks a lot scarier in the original version of this game, in my opinion. But now that we've been in East Clock Town, South, North, and West, there's one final area that we have yet to visit. And it's actually the area that we need to go to right now, the laundry pool. The laundry pool is just kind of a weird little, it's weird that there's a fifth area in the game, in Clock Town, being that all of them are based off of compass direction. So I don't know why this really made it in, but the laundry pool's a thing, and it's important for us right now. So come right over here, you're gonna see the cutest boy ever. No, what we're really going after before the clock changes, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it, is the Stray Fairy that's right here. Please, hear my plea. The masked skull kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to the fairy fountain in North Clock Town. So during the daytime, you can get that fairy here. During night, you get it in East Clock Town. So that being said, now that we've gotten the Stray Fairy, let's go ahead and return it to the Great Fairy. Those with business, please ring the bell. No solicitors. Get a curiosity shop. Okay, well, let's go ahead and ring this bell. Sir? Hello? He'll kind of look around for a second, and then head back in. Because of the way this game is structured, Clocktown is just bursting with life and things to do, and it is I think, perhaps the most lively place in all of Zelda. I mean, I know that's a really bold statement, but there's just so much that's going on at Clocktown, and this game does it amazingly. Like, I cannot brag enough on how much I love this area of this game, and just this game in general, of course. Night of the first day, 60 hours remain. So you think that 60 hours is just our time limit to get the mask back, right? For the Happy Mask Salesman? No, 60 hours has a much greater meaning, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and return this ferry, the stray ferry, back to the Great Ferry, which that's not what I meant to do. Let's please go ahead and enter. We have found your missing piece. Tattle, and you, young one of the altered shape. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I'm the Great Fairy of Magic. I thought that masked child was helping me, and I grew careless. All I can offer you now is this. I shall grant you magic power as a sign of my gratitude. Please accept it. And with that, we have been granted magic power by the most scandalous of fairies. You've been granted magic power. In your current form, press and hold B to blow a big bubble. Release to shoot it. Aim with the analog stick, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you can refill your magic with potions and jars. Potions and magic jars. Okay, sorry. The man who lives in the observatory outside of town may know about the Skull Kid's whereabouts. But be careful. You must not underestimate that child's powers, kind young one. If you are ever returned to your former shape, come see me. I shall give you more help. Okay, so we'll remember that. The Great Fairy is also, her model is a little bit less questionable in this version of the game as well. Just like the moon. Again, that's just because of updated graphics. But yeah, that being said, I think we're gonna end things off here because we're already like 30 minutes into the video. It feels like we've hardly even started, but if I really wanted to get through what I consider the beginning of this game, this video would be like an hour, hour and a half long. Maybe not an hour and a half, but it'd be really, really long. So we're gonna end things off here. Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we're gonna go meet the astronomer in the observatory outside of town and find out more about Skull Kid's whereabouts and explore more of Clocktown and ignore Tattle in the top left corner some more. I've been Cameronny, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye, guys.